Hello, my name is Chanelli, and today I'm going to be doing a book review about We Need to Talk About Kevin by Lionel Shriver. Okay, so We Need to Talk About Kevin is a story that's narrated by Kevin's mom, Eva, and you're seeing everything through her eyes. So she's telling you her story about her life before she had children, her life with her and her husband, and how she was a that she used to work for a traveling agency, and she traveled to tons of places throughout the world, and she talks about how she loved that life and how essentially the book is being told through letters. She's writing these letters to her husband, and she's writing these letters after what has happened. And with the book, you when you read the description, it talks about how it's a story of her son Kevin, who murdered like 4 or 5 of his students with and his English teacher. And she's telling you through the story, she's telling you about her life, her marriage. You get to hear about her marriage. You get to hear about her children. She has Kevin and a daughter, so you see the progression of her life and what's happened, and her thoughts about her life and what has happened. And also throughout the books, she's talking about her past, but she's also talking about presently when as visiting Kevin in jail and how that makes her feel. And it's honestly like one of the most interesting books I've read this year. It's like one of those stories that really like you think about afterwards. Like you think so much about it, about like the characters and Kevin, and it kind of makes you like fearful. It makes you think like, oh my goodness, what if I have a child like this, And it makes you question like, can people really be born evil or not? And you think about it through this novel because he does some really messed up stuff, and you hear about it, especially in the end when you find out like everything. It's insane. And there's also a movie on this book as well that has Tilda Swinton and Ezra Miller, which is amazing. Ezra Miller plays an amazing Kevin. It's wow. I love the film. So definitely pick up this book. It's great. It's about 400 pages, so it is a little bit long, but you're reading it through letters, so it's so interesting because even though you're only getting her, you're only getting one point of view. You're getting the mom's point of view from everything. So even her, when she's talking about like the deaths and stuff, you're just getting her point of view. And it's interesting because when she visits Kevin and stuff, she gets to ask him like, why did he do this, why and to hear his responses is very interesting. And honestly, reading this book is like, you're getting everything through the mom's perspective, but I know like from her perspective of her talking about her husband, I personally don't really, I'm not a fan of her husband and his viewpoints about the world and stuff. And and a lot of ways, the husband, he criticizes her about her, like, and her thoughts about Kevin, but she's right because she's the one who really sees Kevin for who he is. And and he, and they both see each other for who they are, both of them. So I feel like in a lot of ways with the film, you can really see that. And in the film, in a lot of ways, they mirror each other in terms of of like little things that they do that mirrors one another. And in the end, you also question whether or not she really loved him or not, or whether he really loved her. And to be honest, after finishing the book, I do think that she does care about him, obviously, because I feel like in a lot of ways for a mom, I feel like in a lot of ways, even though a lot of times in the book she talks about how her life was ruined after she had him and how all these things. But I think deep down she like does care about him in her own way. And I think also even though Kevin does all these awful things to his mom, I think deep down he does care about her. And because and he cares about I feel like he cares about her more than his father, because I feel because his father sees him in this rose colored tinted glasses kind of way. Like he has this image of who Kevin is, in a way that he can't really see him for who he is, but the mom really does see him, and I think he appreciates the fact that she does see him, even though sometimes it does irritate him and all that stuff. So yes, definitely check out We Need to Talk About Kevin by Lana Shriver. It's amazing. Trust me, it'll like stay. That book will stay with you, and definitely check out the film because it's great. All right, let me know if you read this book. Comment down below. Did you like it or not? Let me know. Yeah, and that's all for today. Goodbye.